As you wait to receive your general election ballot, one thing you can expect to see is the communications sales tax proposition on one. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports what sparked this to end up on the ballot and how it all comes down to safety.
Mike Miller is the Franklin County Citizens for Communications Sales Tax chairperson, and he says he decided to be part of the proposition to help first responders continue to be able to provide the same high level of safety to the county.
I wanted to make sure that our county citizens would be able to have great first responders response in the whole of the county. Okay, there's some areas that were dead zones, so to speak, problems with equipment and problems with the infrastructure. And so we need to make sure that we bring that up to snuff. And so that was a simple way for us to then do it, was not through property tax, but through a sales tax.
This proposition is a 0.2% Franklin County only sales tax increase to upgrade Franklin County's emergency communications for 3 years. Then after that, it would go down to 0.1%. Franklin County Fire District 3 Fire Chief Mike Harris says that they currently use a VHF radio system and it's outdated.
And we rely on the current system we have in place, which is the aging system, and the radio technicians have told us that it's aging. There's no parts for it, and really what we're looking at is it could fail at any time. If it fails when we're on the scene of a major emergency, then we would lose all communications.
Harris says they're not trying to create a new wheel with this proposition. They have looked to see how other counties have been able to upgrade their radio systems.
We've got a budget to put in a radio system, but the cost of that far exceeds what any of us have in our budget. And like most counties in Washington State or even across the Northwest with Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, they're using sales tax, just like Proposition 1, to fund communication systems for first responders. So it's not anything new that we're doing. It's just we're kind of following the trend of what other counties are having to do just to maintain that technology.
Harris says it's more than upgrading their communication radios.
It's critical that if you call 911 and then you give an update to a dispatcher on a car wreck or a medical emergency, that things have changed, they got to be able to let us know that things are changing while we're en route. And if we can't hear what they're telling us, then we're coming in basically blind or the information we've got at the time of dispatch. And those are critical components for law, fire, and emergency medical services as well.
Miller says these are some of the things that would be upgraded through the proposition.
The radio towers, the radios, the base stations, the charging equipment and all of that that's inside, let alone plus then into the communication center. That would be help set up as well for the Franklin County.
Harris says one of the fears he has with this aging radio system is that when they get out to the field and nobody hears them and they don't know they can't hear them, that would then lead the dispatchers to believe that everything is okay and they could miss critical information. Harris also says it would take hours for both ends to know that the radio system is down, when they are in a time where every second counts. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Very important issue, Monique, thank you. Harris also says first responders need their radio systems to be working 100% of the time, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day to ensure safety all around.